My story goes back a long time, back to when I was out of college, and my mother and grandmother had encouraged me to look at ministry, ordained ministry as a vocation. And so I made trips up to the seminary to visit the seminary. I went up twice, and I came back twice. Didn't feel that call to ministry. And so my life went forward. Nancy and I got married, and our family started, and our vocations went in different directions. We started a small business and a vineyard and winery, and we purchased several acres of land along with the site of our winery and vineyard. And we've found out that over the years that value has increased dramatically since we purchased it, tenfold in fact. And we didn't use the whole 80 acres for vineyard. We rented it out to a local neighbor who we had a modest income from it. And when the neighbor's land sold across the road from us for a ridiculously high price, we believed that ours had gone up equally. And so we thought about how could we use this gift to us that we did really nothing for except buying it, and it appreciated in value. And how could we use this gift to further of things that we want to support as ministry? When I worked in state government, I was the administrator for the inheritance tax for the state of South Dakota. And we saw how miserably people plan for the end of life and how families just explode because mom and dad never talked to the kids about what was going to happen when they're gone. And so that with my father's encouragement, who told us exactly how to act when he was no longer here, became kind of the impetus for us talking with our children. I contacted the ELCA Foundation, and they helped us work through the whole process of when you sell a piece of property that has grown in value greatly. There's capital gains taxes. There's how's the best way to structure that sale? How's the best way to use that resource? They aided us in helping us put that plan together. And we created a charitable remainder trust with the help of the ELCA Foundation and named part of it to the Fund for Leaders, which is our church-wide effort for seminary scholarships. When I look at the pastors that have served the congregations we've attended over our life, there's over 30 of them, and they have really affected our lives. They baptized our children, they confirmed us, they married us, they buried our parents. These are pastors that have affected our lives greatly. And so thinking back to my mother and grandmother, I want to leave a legacy of being able to support pastors who answer that call to ministry. And we've used the ELCA Foundation or the Fund for Leaders to do that. About our plans, we share it with them on an annual basis. We bring out the balance sheet, we bring out the mortgage, we bring out the investments, the retirement plans, and say, this is our plan, and this is how you fit into that plan. And we have asked them to help us pick the ministries that have touched their lives, of what we're going to leave for them and what we're going to leave for the ministries that have affected our family.
I think the beauty of the family meeting is it provides that forum to talk about those important things of life. And as a parent, I don't think there's a greater compliment than when your children are sitting around the table with you and say, thank you for those weeks of camp that you gave us. Those weeks at Lutheran outdoor camps made a difference in our life, and it helped us just on our faith journey to grow in our faith. And it also provides then an opportunity for us to share with them how sponsoring a family in the late 70s, early 80s, a refugee family who was resettling from Vietnam, and to be able to work with Lutheran Social Services. And now in January, how many years later, how many years has it been? We will go visit that family, and what joy that has brought to our life. They've resettled in Santa Ana, California, and we've kept in contact with them all these years. Those are the good things of life. Also sharing with them about Lutheran campus ministry and how that same circle of friends many, many years ago is still, some of those people are still in that inner circle of our friendships today. And so that's why those ministries are important. And to be able to share that with your children, it's just a wonderful forum to do that.
Through the use of a charitable remainder trust, we were able to transfer undivided interest of the property into a charitable trust and retaining some of it ourselves. And we were able to use the tax benefits of transferring assets into that trust to minimize the taxes that we would owe it on it. This trust pays us income for as long as Nancy and I live. There'll be a beneficiary of amount which will go to the ministries we've been talking about, the ministries that we want to support.
You know, I was excited to have a privilege to give back, and I think both of our parents taught us the importance of generosity. And I always joke with my family about how I didn't know what to call that gift of generosity, but I knew about that gift very early on in my life. And so it just was a natural thing, you know, that when God has blessed you, you give back. And you give back to those ministries that have impacted your life along the way. I would like to encourage you to do the same kind of planning that we've had the opportunity to do with our family. I think sometimes we think that it will be difficult to have these conversations with our children, but it's not. With these conversations come a sense of joy and peace and gratitude. So I would invite you to do the same thing with your family. It's a wonderful gift to give them.
I'm asking you to join our family in the process of how to use what we have been given to us to change the world through the gifts of the ELCA ministry. What is God calling you to do?
Thank you for taking this time.
And thank you for allowing us to share our story.